There's a very specific moment in life that almost everyone experiences, but very few people talk about. It's the moment when the identity you've been living in, the one that used to fit, the one you built to survive, the one people know you for, suddenly feels too small. And you can't explain it. You can't justify it. You just feel it. If you're here because you've been wondering, why don't I feel like myself anymore? Or why does my life look fine, but something feels off? This video is for you. Because today we're talking about how to know when you're outgrowing an old identity and why this is not a crisis, but the beginning of real clarity. Let's start with something simple. An identity isn't just who you are, it's who you learned to be. It's the version of yourself that helped you survive, succeed, get approval, stay safe, or keep the peace. For many of us, that identity was shaped by family expectations, cultural roles, being the strong one, being the fixer, being the achiever, or the one who doesn't need anything. And for a long time, that identity works. It helps you function. It helps you move forward. It helps you hold everything together until one day it doesn't. And that's when the symptoms start. One of the clearest signs you're outgrowing an identity is that your life still looks like it's working, but it doesn't feel like it anymore. You might notice things like going through the motions, feeling numb, feeling tired in a way rest doesn't fix, not recognizing the person other people think you are. It's like wearing clothes that technically fit, but don't feel comfortable anymore. There's nothing wrong on the surface, but something inside you is quietly saying, this isn't me anymore. Another sign you're outgrowing an identity is when the strategies that used to help you cope suddenly stop working. Maybe you used to be able to push through anything. Now your body or mind says, no more. Maybe being the dependable one used to give you purpose, now it just drains you. Maybe achievement used to feel validating, now it feels empty or pointless. It's not that you're failing, it's that you're evolving. And the identity you built was never meant to carry you forever. Old tools don't build new lives. This one is subtle, it's not dramatic, it's not a breakdown, it's more like a whisper, one you can't unhear. A sense of something's off. I don't want this anymore. I don't know who I am right now. This shouldn't feel this hard. And here's the key. People often try to solve this feeling by changing jobs or relationships or routines, but misalignment isn't about externals, it's about identity. Your inner world is trying to grow and the outer world hasn't caught up yet. This is a big one. At some point, you begin to notice, I built this life for someone I used to be, not for who I am now. You start asking, do I actually want this? Who was I trying to impress? Who was I trying to protect? Whose expectations have I been living in? And most people feel guilt when these questions show up, but guilt doesn't mean you're wrong. It means you're waking up. Because the moment you question the life you've built is the moment you start reclaiming the life you want. This one surprises people. Sometimes outgrowing an identity shows up physically. You feel drained, irritable, overstimulated, anxious in places that used to feel comfortable, depleted by routines that used to be manageable. Your body often knows before your mind does. It's signaling. This isn't sustainable anymore. It's time for something different. Your system is trying to right-size your life before your mind has the language for it. When you're outgrowing your identity, you don't have the new one yet. So you're not who you were, but you're not yet who you're becoming. You're in the hallway, the in-between, the transition space where clarity is forming under the surface. And that space feels like confusion, doubt, discomfort. Why can't I just be grateful for my life? What's wrong with me? But here's the truth. There's nothing wrong with you. You are changing, and that's all. And change is disorienting, especially when the old identity was built on responsibility, performance, or survival. If you're nodding along right now and you're realizing, yes, I think I'm outgrowing the person I've been, here's what I want you to know. You don't need to burn your life down. You don't need to fix everything at once. And you don't need the new identity today. What you need is honesty. Honesty about what hurts. Honesty about what no longer fits. Honesty about what your body is telling you. Honesty about the parts of yourself that want to return. The path forward begins with truth, not action. Action comes later. Action comes from clarity, not fear. And the more honest you become with yourself, the clearer things get. Let me give you a reframe that may shift everything. You didn't outgrow your identity because it was wrong. You outgrew it because it was successful. It carried you through a season of life. It protected you. It helped you become who you are. But it was never supposed to be permanent. You're not breaking down. You're breaking open. You're becoming someone who no longer needs that old armor. That's not loss. It's evolution. If this message resonates with you, if you're starting to see yourself more clearly, if you feel like you're in a transition but you can't name, I share videos every week to help you reconnect with yourself and build a life that actually fits who you are. I invite you to subscribe, and if you want deeper guidance, you can join me on Substack, where I write more personal reflections and offer tools to support your clarity journey. You don't have to figure this out alone. You're growing, and that's a good thing.